Near the small town of Ubelbach in Austria, at the heart of nature and nestled at the foot of the Gaulhofer Mountains, the most important raw material lies waiting to be transformed into high-quality Gaulhofer windows. Thousands of square meters of massive wood planks, each 4 meters long and 28 millimeters thick, are stockpiled here. The vast timber yard is adjacent to the production hall, where the planks are processed and transformed into windows and doors. Gaulhofer has been making windows for over 90 years, in every conceivable shape and any required size. Traditional woodcraft skills join forces with highly sophisticated technology and in-house research and development to enable this enormous variety. It all begins with the raw material. Each year, selected timber firms deliver 12,000 cubic meters of wood, deriving exclusively from Austrian forests. Upon arrival, samples are inspected for damage and a range of possible defects. Not every plank meets the required standard. The wood is dried naturally for 1 to 4 months. During this time, it remains in the timber yard. Only then is the valuable raw material moved to one of the 3 regulated drying chambers. Here, it is dried at around 50 degrees Celsius for 5 to 10 days to achieve a uniform humidity of 13%. To ensure that the processed wood will retain its beautiful form for a lifetime, it is kept in a regulated drying hall for another 5 to 10 days. This prevents fissures from developing in the final product. Here, the wood is allowed to rest before the real work begins. Here, the wood slats undergo another rigorous selection process. Qualified personnel marks branches, cracks, resin pockets, and other defects, which the fully automated miter saws are programmed to recognize and eliminate. In the next step, the sawed and planed slats are sorted by size, inspected once again, and finally arranged into sets of 3. Add glue, and each set will form a window scantling. The charges are filled by hand. The plies pass through the glue terminal and are then pressed together in a slowly rotating laminating drum press for 20 to 40 minutes depending upon the type of wood before removal by hand. The staff make sure that their colleagues in the scantling storage depot are never out of work. After a short journey by forklift, the scantlings are deposited in the storage depot, where thousands of top-quality building blocks await further processing. The scantlings are sorted by wood type, usage and length, and stored in a vertical shelving system. From now on, every step in the production process is tailored to meet a specific order. To ensure that all goes according to plan, employees gather the necessary components in a trolley. The scantling depot is the gateway to customized production. Following the itemized order list, each scantling is taken from a specific compartment of the trolley and sent on its way. The 2 fully automated assembly lines know exactly which scantling belongs to which client and what production steps are required. Here, at the beginning of the customized production process, the scantling embarks upon its exciting voyage through the eventful manifold and impressive stages on its way towards its final form and destination. All that travels along this assembly line is top-quality larch and spruce, sourced exclusively from Austrian forests. Steered by computers, each scantling is cut, cropped, milled, drilled, shaped, planed, grooved, and cleaned. Along the way, it is regularly inspected and controlled. Regardless of its origin, whether the wood derives from a sawmill in Salzburg, Carinthia, or Styria, each and every scantling will leave the premises as an integral and harmonious part of a high-quality Gaulhofer product. At the end of this breathtaking process, the corners are coated with glue on both sides, and the elements are joined to create entire wings or frames. After a brief interlude of 1 to 2 hours, the elements proceed to a stage which is decisive for the enduring beauty of the product: the surface finishing. The carefully prepared surfaces are first impregnated, then primed with sunshine, natural, walnut, color tint, or transparent compact glaze. After drying, the frames are sanded and finished. To enhance their longevity, they are treated with end grain and joint sealers. 2 fully automated finishing machines ensure a perfect surface. The client can choose between a transparent glaze and an opaque coat in a range of colors. Up to 800 frames per day are processed here. Before the completed window can see the light of day, it needs to be fully assembled. This process is overseen by highly qualified teams with resonant names like teak, pine, pear, and apple. Parallel processing programs are synchronized to ensure that every client receives his order on time. The final touch is still to come: fittings, hinges, sealing. At Gaulhofer, these are naturally fitted by hand. Here, the long-lasting elastic seals are applied to the 3 levels of the window sashes. One of the last steps is to insert the glass panes and mount the window bars. Specially trained employees apply Gaulhofer silicone, expressly developed to retain its elasticity and resist the effects of ultraviolet light. The aesthetic beauty of the silicone seal is achieved through manual smoothing. The finished product is ready for shipment. Loading the windows is a logistic challenge, since every client wants to receive their order as quickly as possible. The same applies for the UPVC windows that have arrived overnight from the Gaulhofer factory in the Vorarlberg. From wood and wood aluminium fusion, UPVC and UPVC aluminium fusion, to the glass-only vision line with a 10% larger glass component than conventional windows. The entire broad and varied Gaulhofer range is on its way to the client. A fleet of company lorries delivers the precious merchandise directly to the client's door, attesting to the close contact between producer and consumer. Since the founding of Gaulhofer Cabinet Makers and Joiners in 1919, the client has been at the central focus of the company. Innovative, high-quality windows and doors have defined the company's past and will continue to guarantee its future. Gaulhofer, windows for visionaries.